I think Bigfoot might be in trouble. Man, they said they got new evidence that she is the one that set up my boy Tory Lanez. I think she might be in trouble. But this can't be looking good for her. This shit's gonna get spicy. Cause Bigfoot, she thinks she doing something. She thinks she gonna be set free from this, girl. The truth is gonna come to the light. And when the truth comes, your ass is in trouble. Hopefully. Cause you already know how they be doing it.
Tory Lanez team just revealed bombshell information that will exonerate Tory Lanez and destroy and ruin Megan Thee Stallion's career and her credibility.
Right.
And they laid everything out on a new website. Congresswoman Anna Paulina is the mastermind behind this new website to exonerate Tory Lanez. And it all stemmed from a tweet that she posted a week ago where she says in 36 hours, we will be releasing new bombshell information that would exonerate Tory Lanez. It wasn't released within 36 hours, but instead they started a website coined after the term 36 hours later and released all the information on that website. A lot of people have questioned her motives, why a congresswoman, a Republican.
If he gets free, he should drop an album called 36 Hours Later. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that in there. He should name his album 36 Hours Later. Your ass lying.
Looking at that, wants to get involved in a Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion hip-hop drama. But she just came out to say she's involved because she truly believes that Tory Lanez was railroaded by a corrupt democratic system. Tory's team did a great job at telling the full story and not just bombarding us with new information right away. One of the initial pieces in the first step, they pointed out information that contradicted the storyline that Tory Lanez told Megan Thee Stallion's dance bit and then fired 6 shots at her. They released footage of Megan Thee Stallion admitting that she stepped on glass, but not just that. In this interaction with the police, Megan Thee Stallion was very concerned about her going to jail and her being in trouble. And to me, that's very strange. A gunshot victim being really concerned about the police discovering something that could send her to jail doesn't make sense to me. And this isn't Megan Thee Stallion's first run-in with the law. Megan Thee Stallion has a long rap sheet, bro. Megan Thee Stallion has multiple mugshots out there. So Megan Thee Stallion understands the law. If you did nothing wrong and you are the gunshot victim, why would you be going to jail?
Yeah, why are you panicking?
I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I don't think...
I really cannot go to jail.
Okay.
I cannot have that on my image.
Okay. So how did that happen to you?
Glass.
Glass? Where?
She stepped on glass? Oh, yeah. Big L for her ass, boy. She just admitted she stepped on glass. On video. So that's not even no bullets in her foot. Oh, yeah.
I didn't get shot.
You didn't get shot?
I mean, no, sir.
Hold on, let me replay that. It just came out her mouth.
I didn't get shot.
She just said it right there. Let's replay it one more time. She did not get shot.
I didn't get shot.
She said she didn't get shot.
I mean, no, sir.
She was also very concerned about her image and how this story would make her look. The storyline of getting super drunk at Kylie Jenner's house, trying to fight Kylie Jenner, fighting your best friend, fighting a man that night, being exposed for sleeping with the man that your best friend is doing a sneaky link with, that looks bad for you. That looks horrible. And then stepping on a glass because you're super intoxicated and you're just drunk looks horrible. But the storyline of this really angry man shot at you because you stood up for yourself, now that storyline looks wonderful for your career. So you could understand how that got concocted as soon as she picked up that phone and called Rock Nation about the quote-unquote incident afterwards. I can almost tell you how that conversation went, bro.
Right.
Don't say nothing. Let's intervene. Let's try to get this all cleaned up. Because looking like a horrible drunk who was sleeping with your best friend's man looks crazy.
Yeah, it looks bad on you.
Now, the police didn't just take her word for it. The police did their investigation at the scene. And at the scene, they discovered enough evidence to show that Megan Thee Stallion stepped on glass, which is why when the police charged Tory Lanez initially, they only charged Tory Lanez for gun possession because they found a gun, I think, on the passenger side of the vehicle.
Shooting or anything? That's how we got dispatched.
Well, we have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where it happened. So that's all we have so far.
So nothing happened in the vehicle.
No, we don't have any casings. No.
Okay, from what you've been told. Okay.
And then there's some cash over. Looks like.
Was the person who got caught with the other people here that you have in handcuffs? Were they all together?
They were all together.
Yes, they were all in the same car.
Okay. And then, do we know how she got cut? Or who cut her?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a glass.
She dropped a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself. And getting out of the vehicle.
Okay. So her friends didn't cut her then.
Right.
Well.
And they go to glass bottle, it look like right there.
Yeah.
Well, LA stay with them helicopters in there.
Keep going. Hey, stop. Move to the left. Keep moving.
So I'm guessing when they was pulling her out of the car, like the officers was telling her to get out the car, I guess the bottle that's right here somewhere, this may be the bottle, may not be the bottle, but when she was getting out of the car, she stepped on it. And you could tell by the way she was like walking, she's limping. Or this, that's just my assumption of it. Because if you see her like kind of like limping a little bit. Like, let me see. Back it up just a little. So you see her limping.
Hey, stop. Move to the left. Keep moving.
She's limping up a little bit.
The corruption here is crazy. The police officer literally watched her with her own eyes, seen her in 4K with her own eyes, stepping on the bottle and then began to limp.
Yep, started limping.
She stepped on the bottle in front of the police officers.
So the police officer saw her step on the bottle and said it out loud. She cut herself. But y'all motherfuckers, boy.
You just heard her say, oh man, she just stepped on the bottle and she cut herself.
Right.
So if they watched her step on the bottle,
right,
cut herself open, probably had some fragments go in the open wound because she's walking on literal glass at the time.
Mm-hmm.
How does this equate to Tory Lanez popped at her? Now, I do believe a gun was shot that night. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
A gun was indeed shot that night. But I don't think that gun is what penetrated Megan Thee Stallion's skin.
No.
Ma'am, do you think we're gonna go to jail?
What's that?
Do you think we're gonna go to jail?
What woman you know who just got shot is talking that calmly?
Right.
Is that composed? Is that stoic? A gunshot victim, is that composed, that stoic? Is
they gonna be in shot
sitting on the curb, man, like just waiting for the police to go away.
No.
Is that, come on, bro.
If you got shot, you want to go to the hospital.
Look at this and say, bro, what are we doing here, bro? How do we go from this to somebody being in jail right now for 10 plus years? This is crazy. And they even show the hospital footage where Megan Thee Stallion is telling the doctors, yeah, I stepped on glass, it's whatever.
And so what happened with your friend? You were just one ball stepping on glass. I haven't really cut on my right foot. I just stepped on glass the other day. So you were already hurt when you got into the room. And then at that point, your friends were running down from the hospital.
Pay attention to her saying, I stepped on glass the other day too.
Oh.
So she already had an open wound. And that would make sense when we get to the gun and the bullet fragments and other things involved in this case. But I stepped on glass the other day too.
Wow.
So hence when she stepped on glass tonight, it just re-aggravated
Yeah.
the open wounds she already had. They provided the full timeline to expose the story that Megan Thee Stallion told of, I try to protect Tory Lanez initially, but the only reason I'm saying he shot me now is because he spoke out first. They provided a timeline to show that was an absolute lie. She did not say she stepped on glass initially to protect Tory Lanez, and she didn't change her minds because Tory Lanez spoke out first. That's a lie. So the timeline here goes. Megan posts about being shot on July 15, 2020. Megan names Tory Lanez to the police the following day on July 16th of 2020. Tory Lanez haven't gone public yet. July 27th, Megan Thee Stallion goes live on Tory Lanez's birthday. Specifically, this was her first live. It goes on August 20th, Megan Thee Stallion publicly names Tory Lanez as the shooter.
Wow.
But she already named Tory Lanez as a shooter to the police already, okay? And she goes live on his birthday to taunt him. Continues. Daystar tweets for the first time. So this is when Tory Lanez first tweet to clear his name. Tory Lanez goes live October 20th. This is the first time Tory Lanez goes live to clear his name. So they like, hold on, bro. If you told the police you like got shot, if like you got shot like the day afterwards, and you only told them you stepped on glass to protect Tory Lanez, then one, why'd you tell the police you got shot the day after? And then why did you go public naming Tory Lanez when Tory Lanez hadn't spoken or done any press whatsoever? How Megan said in her statement,
can't even keep up with her own
the
life.
narrative that's been reported about Sunday morning's events are inaccurate. She will claim that she was a victim, that she suffered a gunshot wound, and that they pulled bullets from out of her legs. She says, I was never arrested. The police officers drove me to the hospital where I underwent surgery to remove the bullets. Bullets?
Lies.
There was no bullets found in Megan Thee Stallion's leg. And the reason why Megan Thee Stallion was worried about being arrested, because if you look at the pictures they took at the police station of Kelsey's legs had nothing but cuts and scratches on it. Megan Thee Stallion did a number on Kelsey.
Damn.
And she bragged about it in her song. All right, you could literally see in the song the lyrics says, who will snitch? I ain't never went to the police with no names. So this is a song called Shots Fired by Megan Thee Stallion. She raps. Who will snitch? I ain't never went to the police with no names. I thought a bid that got her chain snatched called a loss has something to say. Hey, you think it's out of the realm of possibility that Kelsey, after getting whooped on by a woman 4 to 5 inches taller than her with about 50 pounds on her, you think it's out of the realm of possibility that she picked up a gun to defend herself? I don't think so. And this storyline, my perspective, lines up with what the only eyewitness said. What I think happened, my theory, is Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey got into a brutal fight.
Right.
Tory Lanez tried to break it up.
Yep.
Kelsey grabbed a gun and fired shots at Megan Thee Stallion. The shots missed. However, the bullet fragments ricocheted. And they ricocheted and got into her foot due to the open wound she already had from stepping on glass in the prior days. And then when they all got back in the vehicle, right? And when they all got back into the vehicle, I believe what took place was Megan Thee Stallion then hopped out the vehicle, stepped on glass further, re-aggravate the wound, made the wound look so much more crazy. The police said, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
That's what happened. That's the only story that makes sense, and the eyewitness account backs that up. Here is Sean Kelly, the only eyewitness of this case, telling the police that he's seen Kelsey shoot Megan Thee Stallion or fire shots at Megan Thee Stallion. The shots missed.
Right. I said that already. Before they play that, I said that already. I said Kelsey's the one who shot it. But, you know, Megan was like, no, I'm not going to tell him that you shot me. I'm going to say Tory shot me. Let's blame it on him. So that was her trying to protect Kelsey, not Tory. I said that shit 2 years ago. I said that sounds like Kelsey shot at Meg. but she was trying to protect her friend, and so they just blamed it on him. Hey, let's both just blame it on him. I don't know where they got that dance word. I don't know where the fuck they got that from.
Wait. No, it didn't. No?
They shot out of the car?
The windows were open, that's why it sounded like either way. Yeah, I didn't know. Really they were on my side. The girl opened the door, there was two girls fighting, and then they shot. Okay. She got out of the car. The doors of the Escalade open, and the girl come out and pull open the passenger door and started screaming and yelling at somebody in the car.
So the girl who came out of the passenger, you're talking about the front passenger?
No, the rear.
The rear passenger.
Okay, the
So
back
the
seat.
girl comes out of the rear passenger, and she goes through the front passenger,
Yes.
and she opens up the car door,
Yes.
and then what happens?
They're screaming and shouting at each other, and they start fighting.
The two girls.
Yeah, I can see one
Yeah.
feet coming out, trying to kick her, and the other one's fighting, and then the passenger gets out.
So the girl who does the punching and the kicking is the girl that comes out of the back passenger?
The front. Can we stop there? Because I don't want to. I'll tell you, and then I want to go. My son's on his own.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't want
And it's loud with the cars.
I don't really want to. So basically, the car stopped. The girl in the back got out, started screaming and shouting, ripped the door, pulled the door open, but pulled it so sort of viciously. That's why I presume the driver got out. She starts screaming. She starts hitting the girl. The girl then had to sight her feet come out. She starts to kick the girl away. On the passenger. They get out. They start fighting here. They start fighting. The driver comes round and tries to sort of break it up. It gets a bit more violent. And between them, the girl then climbs back into the front driver passenger seat.
Where's the shorter black guy?
He's in the back.
He's in the back of the car? Okay.
Then the gun. Then the girl shoots it. So the driver's door's open.
You're seeing the girl shoot?
Can I help you? I think, is it this house?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Lady, get the fuck on. We trying to hear this
the girl
shit.
doing the shooting?
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looked like to me.
Wow.
But it was dark, and I'm above, so. But then the guy gets out again from the back.
And you want to know what happened to the only eyewitness who identified the woman shooting at Megan Thee Stallion? That eyewitness came to court. And when he got to court, the prosecutors took him upstairs. Now, the eyewitness was the defense witness. The defense was who called the eyewitness. The prosecutors didn't want to call the eyewitness.
Nah, they
the defense
didn't.
called him. But when he got to court, Tory Lanez and his family watched the prosecutors take that eyewitness upstairs, and when he came back downstairs, he didn't speak to Tory Lanez, looked nobody in their eyes, went to the stand, and completely changed up his story.
When we sat outside, my wife and I, we saw this gentleman come in, and we sat down, and it was identified for us that, oh, this is Mr. Sean Kelly. He's sitting across from us on the other side of the hallway. And as we sat there, the prosecution came out, one of their detectives or investigators rather, and one of the prosecutors, they took this gentleman, they went upstairs, I believe it was to the 14th floor at that time.
Damn.
By the time this man came down, the witness they did not want to call, this man came down and his testimony became so embellished with other nonsense that people who saw it just looked at it and said, this is crazy.
Imagine telling the police seconds, minutes after the incident, everything you just saw fresh on your mind.
Right.
And then a year and a half later, you go to tell that same story you told the police, and the prosecutors walk you upstairs walk you back downstairs, and your entire testimony changed. Now, all of a sudden, you seen Tory Lanez shooting. This, to me, is the corruptness that went on. Also, by the way,
Beyond
the
corrupt.
owner of the gun, the prosecutor sealed that information. The owner of the gun, the name of the owner, got sealed. Nobody knows. All right? Tory Lanez's DNA was not found on the gun. It was actually 0.01% of his DNA found. But what that means is that's damn near like
he didn't even touch it.
A billion black people, right, share like 0.01% of DNA. So his DNA was now found on the gun. The eyewitness is saying Kelsey shot Meg.
Right.
Megan Thee Stallion is admitting, hey, listen, man, I stepped on glass the other day. I already had an open wound. The gunshots probably got fired at her by Kelsey. She probably stepped on bullet fragments that went into her foot, bruh. And also, by the way, the bullet fragments that got pulled out of her foot, those bullet fragments mysteriously went missing.
Mm-hmm.
They can't be found.
At
they
all.
lost the evidence. And Tory Lanez still got convicted in court. To me, this is the example of being railroaded. But let me know what you think. I really want to know. All right, let me know your honest opinion about this, bro. Not what you heard. No, your honest opinion.
Right.
And if you're still watching this, click on this video here somewhere on my screen somewhere.
Yeah. And see, the thing is, this is what they were scared of. They were scared of this evidence coming out, so that's why they were trying to do what? Take him out. So if this evidence do come out, well, he'll be gone and he won't be free because, he's gone. So they just wipe this fucking case up on the rug because he's gone, and then we'll just be a whole mystery. This is what they were scared of. This is why they tried to take him out. Because they knew that lady was going to get the evidence she was going to get. And they couldn't edit that. You can't edit that. Because you can tell when something is edited and shit is missing. And she went and got the full version of it. No edited version. She got the full videos. The full everything. And this is what they were scared of. Y'all heard it. She said, I ain't get shot. I stepped on glass. She said it to the police on body cam. The thing that's on their vest, their tactical vest. She said it. And she said it inside the hospital. It came out of her own mouth. That's her face. We know her face. Her and Kelsey was fighting. Tory comes over there to break it up. Tries to take the gun out of Kelsey's hand. The 5 shots went off. She didn't want her friend to go to jail for it. So they just blamed it on Tory that night. They just blamed it all on him. And she's partners. She signed to a label. Yeah, I know what label she signed to. The same label that tried to take down Chris Brown during the Rihanna and Chris Brown situation back maybe, I think, 2007. I was probably like in 5th grade at this time. But I understood what the hell was going on. That same label that tried to ruin Chris Brown's career is the same label that's trying to, the same people, fuck the rest of what I just said, the same people that's trying to ruin Tory's career. Same people. That's why if you heard, if you listen to Tory's album, how he said nobody was there for him but Chris Brown, and Chris Brown told him to holler at him when he get out, because Chris Brown know the situation that Tory's going through. He went through that same situation when he was damn near like a teenager, coming into like adulthood. He's probably like in his 20s, but early 20s. Chris Brown was in his early 20s when this happened to him and Rihanna. So Chris Brown already done been through it already. So they blamed it on Tory, man. And now this is the evidence that came out. Y'all seen the stabbing. Tory Lanez back was turned. How the fuck you trying to defend yourself if Tory is faced the other way? That's not self-defense. And if y'all seen the video, you seen how that man was stabbing Tory like he was trying to get rid of him. Violently stabbing him. These wasn't just no little pokes. He was putting force behind that, trying to get rid of him, and it didn't work. You know why it didn't work? Because the man above is going to allow him to see him become free. Y'all tried to unalive him, and it didn't work because you knew that lady was going to bring the fucking evidence to the front. They knew that. They knew she was gonna bring that evidence to the front. And now the world done seen it. And it's gonna make Megan look 10 times worse. But you already know they ain't gonna lock her up for it. But it's gonna ruin her reputation. It's gonna ruin her career. Because everybody praised and got happy that Tory went to jail. Woohoo. And now look at it. A year later. The devil be trying to work. But the Lord is already 10 times ahead of that.